Now this little tacker, I thought I couldn't find much on the internet, and it took me a little bit to even find this. This is a column shift linkage bush. Now, I can't remember because it's been so long when I pulled the engine out of the divvy, but this is a very hard bush to get off, and I'll show you, when I'm back around the divvy, I'll show you where it comes from. You might know if you've got some sort of idea of what these are, but it took me a little bit of research to even find what could possibly be what this is called, because I looked up XG and everything else, but it just pretty much came under old Fords or something like that. I'll show you the eBay one as well, but I found it. This is what it was called, the Muscle Car Parts Garage it came from, column shift linkage. Let's see if you can see that code. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. It's probably grabbing my finger again. See that? Let's go close. I think it's so. Back in 1 second. So I just ripped this out the pack. The replacement's more like a bit of a clear one, but that holds inside the engine bay on your column auto. Anyway, again, I'll show you down when I'm down inside the engine bay when I am in there to show you where this actually goes. I'll just show you the eBay link for a second. Manufacturer part number here, and 1 second. So this little part, 28 bucks for that little bit of plastic. They're a very solid bush, but not that they're worth that, but hard to get as far as or hard to find. So this is what they were pretty much referenced. It didn't say XG. Auto column shifter linkage, bushing Falcon Fairlane Ltd, full-sized early Fords. That's all it said. So yeah, the Muscle Car Parts Garage came from. Back in a sec. So this is it. This is the bush. I got this off at the wreckers. I was trying to get it off, but they're so hard to get off. I don't even know how to get these off. So that's why I actually ended up knifing it just to get it off, just so I had. I don't know what happened to the one that was on my XG, but it wasn't there. Whether it was in bad condition, I took it off. It was a fair while ago now, but I had to get it because that holds your linkage together. That's your replacement part, and as you can see, if I put these together, come on, let's try this one-handed. How good is that? All right, so you can see it's practically the same thing. Very happy. I'm very happy to find it, because like I said, when I was doing research just on trying to find that rubber, that bush, was very tricky. So the next part of this, I'll just show you where that actually sits on your column shift. Okay, so the link bush. If you look down here, oh, if I can get this down here, that's where she goes. So this pole has like a nipply end somewhere. 1 second. Let's see if I can get a better view. 1 second. Just lift it up a little bit more onto the side. Yeah, so you can see it. If you zoom in, it goes on the end of that and pushes through that hole. So yeah, a little bit blurry for some reason. Right up again. Where are we? Well, it's hard. It's hard on the angle. Yeah, so on there, and then that bush is going in that hole there. See that? And that's where that bush goes. Yeah. Sorry about the movement on the camera. That's where it goes. Through that hole there. There. Boom. Straight through. And that locks it together. That bush. So I'll show you it with it on. Be back in a sec. Okay, so I'll put the torch down there just with that extra bit of light and push that bushing onto it already, so it's all nice and flat on there, and then she's going to sit in there. So let's see if we can push that on as is. It might take a little bit of far out. It may take a little bit of. I'll see how I go with 2 hands, but it may need a little bit of lube around the edges of it just to get it into place. So there's one sort of on the top one there, you can see how it sits. So that's the new one. Back in a sec. Oh boy, my camera's moving too much. Okay, so where are we? Twist it that way. So that bush is in now. I did put some all-purpose grease just around the very edges of it to it just went, it was a lot harder being dry, so just a little bit of grease around the very edges, and then got some pliers and the bullnose pliers, the square head ones, and just squashed it in and it went straight in. And then wipe away the old grease around it, anything excess, and she is in. So there's no movement there anymore, and that's fits perfect. So that was the exact one we needed. $26 for a bit of plastic, far out. Too expensive in Australia, but that's in. So good news.